That's what happens when... I trust you all can see me and hear me. Anyway, we're finally live. Come on back, everybody. Come on back. You know, running our services on Jewish Standard Time. We're still trying to figure out what that time is, but you know, plus or minus 0 to 45 minutes, right?
Yeah, no, it's one of the great variables. You know, in ancient times, they went by the variable hour, the Jewish time. And so like in the summer, an hour was about 72 minutes, and in the winter, it was about 45. So
Yeah.
you have to excuse us.
We'll make sure to be live at 9:30 tomorrow. Anyway, we'll do our best.
From your mouth to God's ear.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're going to start with Kabbalat Shabbat on page 13. Shalom Aleichem,
Malachei Asharet, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech Malchei, Malchei Malachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Boachem L'Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech Malchei, Malchei Malachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Baruch Hu L'Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech Malchei, Malchei Malachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Tzidchem L'Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech Malchei, Malchei Malachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
and we'll continue on page 15. Starting our string of 6 psalms. How many times have you heard me say it? Six psalms leading up to L'Chadodi, like the 6 days of the week lead up to Shabbat. So we're on page 15. L'chu Neranena, let's go and sing to God.
Lechu Neranena, Lechu Neranena, Lechu Neranena, L'Adonai. Lechu Neranena, Lechu Neranena, Lechu Neranena, L'Adonai. Naria, Naria, Litzor Ishenu, Vigad Ma'afanav B'toda. Naria, Naria, Litzor Ishenu, Bizmir Naria Lo. Lechu Neranena, Lechu Neranena, Lechu Neranena, L'Adonai. Lechu Neranena, Lechu Neranena, Lechu Neranena, L'Adonai.
And we'll go down to the little box at the bottom of the psalm.
Habayim shadagud bidor va'omar amtoi levavehim ve'im le'yadudrachai asher nishbat v'yapi yimivun el menuchati.
And on page 16, 4 lines from the bottom, let the heavens rejoice. Yismechu Hashemayim.
Yismechu hashamayim,
Hashamayim.
Yismechu hashamayim,
Hashamayim.
Yismechu hashamayim, V'dagel haaretz. Yiramayam, 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 Umelo. Yiramayam, 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 Umelo. Yalo zadai v'chol asher baha, Azir v'adnu kol atzeya, Lifnei Adonai kiva, Kiva lishbot haaretz, Yishbot tevel b'tzedek, V'amim b'emunato.
On page 17, a little bit of Psalm 97, down at the bottom at the little square, Or Zaru ala Tzaddik, light is stored for the righteous.
Ulzaru ala tzaddik, Uleish v'leiv simcha. Ulzaru ala tzaddik, Uleish v'leiv simcha. Simchu tzaddikim b'Adonai, Ve'avadu l'zecher kodsho. Simchu tzaddikim b'Adonai, Ve'avadu l'zecher kodsho.
And on page 18, we'll read responsively on the left side of the page, Psalm 98. Sing to Adonai a new song, for God has worked wonders. God's might has been triumphant, revealing supreme power to all.
God has remembered his steadfast love and faithfulness to the house of Israel.
The whole world has seen the triumph of our God. Let all on earth shout for joy and break into jubilant song.
Sing praise to Adonai with the harp, with trumpets and horns, make a joyful noise.
Let the sea roar and all its creatures, the world and its many inhabitants.
Let the rivers applaud in exaltation, let the mountains all echo earth's joyous song.
Adonai is coming to rule the earth, to sustain the world with kindness, to judge its people with fairness.
Right in the middle of page 18. I like to sing this little song. I don't do it often, so I'll share it with you now.
Pitzchu.
Pitzchu v'ranenu, ranenu v'zameru, zamru Adonai b'chinor. Pitzchu v'ranenu, ranenu v'zameru, zamru Adonai b'chinor. B'chinor v'kol zimra b'chatzot v'kol shavar, hariyu Adonai kol haaretz. B'chinor v'kol zimra b'chatzot v'kol shavar, hariyu Adonai kol haaretz. Pitzchu v'ranenu, ranenu v'zameru, zamru Adonai b'chinor. Pitzchu v'ranenu, ranenu v'zameru, hariyu Adonai kol haaretz. Livnei Adonai giva, giva lishvad haaretz, yishvad tevel b'tzedek, ve'amim b'mei sharim.
And at the bottom of page 19, it's Romamu.
Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu lehar kodsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu lehar kodsho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu lehar kodsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu lehar kodsho.
And on 20, if it's comfortable for you, we invite you to rise from Mizmor David, Psalm 29.
Mizmor David, Havul Adonai b'nei Eliv, Havul Adonai kavod vaz, Havul Adonai kivod shemo, Hishtachavul Adonai b'hadrat kodesh, Kol Adonai al hamayim, El kavod yihirim Adonai al mayim rabim, Kol Adonai b'hakoach, Kol Adonai b'hadar, Kol Adonai shaver arazim, Vaishaver Adonai et arzei halvanon, Vayarkidim kamo egel, Levanon v'Sirion, Kimo v'Reimim, Kol Adonai kotel hakodesh, Kol Adonai yachim midbar, Yachil Adonai midbar kadesh, Kol Adonai yechol elayalot, Vayechesav yarod, Uvihechalah gulo omer kavod, Adonai lamabul yashav, Yishev Adonai melech leolam, Adonai oziamo yitain, Adonai yivarech et amo v'shalom.
And the crown of the Kabbalat Shabbat service, Lecha Dodi, page 21.
Lecha dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nikabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nikabela. Shahamor le'v'zachor b'dibor echad, Hishmiyadu ela mi'uchad, Adonai echad u'shemo echad, V'shemo tiferet v'litila. Lecha dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nikabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nikabela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha, כי מקור הברכה, וראש מקדם ניסוחה. סוף מעשה מחשבה תחילה, לך דודי, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. מקדש מלך מלוכה, כל מצי מתוך אביך, רב לך שבט בעמק הבכה, והוא יחמול עלייך חמלה. לך דודי, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. Hinari me afar kumi, leave she big day divarte kami, ayad ben ishai beralach mi, karvaya nahav shige Allah, lecha dodi, lecha dodi lekrat kala, b'nei shabbat nekabela, lecha dodi lekrat kala, b'nei shabbat nekabela. Hitoreri, kiva orech umi ori, uri shedaberi, kiva Adonai alayich nigla, lecha dodi lekrat kala, b'nei shabbat nekabela, lecha dodi lekrat kala, b'nei shabbat nekabela.
Page 22.
Lo,
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 lo, tevoshi velo,
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 lo,
lo, tikal mima, tishtochachi, ulma, tehmiba, yechesu aniye, ami venivneta, hiratila, lecha dodi likrat kala, P'nei shabbat nekabela, v'ayilem shisha, shosayich l'racha kulko, mevalayich, kasisalayich, elayich, kimsos chatan al kala, lechadodi, likrat kala, p'nei shabbat nekabela, yamin usmo, tifot zvi et Adonai, taritzi, ayadish, ben abarzi, v'nismecha, v'nagila, lechadodi, likrat kala, b'nei shabbat nekabela.
And now you're invited to rise and face the eastern wall, or the western wall actually, where the sun is setting now, making it Shabbos.
Boi v'shalom, ateret bala, God b'simcha u'v'tzala, toch emunei am sigula, boi chala, lechadodi, likrat kala, b'nei shabbat nekabela, lechadodi, likrat kala, b'nei shabbat nekabela.
And you may turn around and be seated. And we're moving over and continuing on page 23, Mizmor Shir L'Yom HaShabbat, a song for the Sabbath day.
I'll do this melody this evening. Mizmor shir liyom HaShabbat, tov lehodo l'Adonai, u'lizamer l'shimcha elyon, u'lizamer l'shimcha elyon, להגיד בבוקר חסדך, ואמונתך בלילות, עלי אסור ועלי נבל, עלי היגיון בכינור, מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון. כי שימחתני אדוני בפועלך, במעשי ידיך רענן. מה גדלו מעשיך אדוני, מאוד עמקו מחשבותיך. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון.
And now we'll go down to about 4 lines before the bottom of the psalm.
צדיק אתה אמר יברח, כי ארץ בלבנון יזכה שתולים בבית אדוני בחצרות אלוהינו יבריחו עוד ינובו בשיבה דשנים ורעננים יהיו להגיד כי ישר אדוני צורי צורי ולא הבלת בו.
And on page 24, we'll read responsively Psalm 93. Adonai is sovereign and crowned with splendor. Adonai reigns robed in strength.
You set the earth on a sure foundation. You created a world that stands firm.
Your kingdom stands from earliest time. You are eternal.
The rivers may rise and rage, the waters may pound and pulsate, the floods may swirl and storm.
Yet above the crash of the sea and its mighty breakers is Adonai, our God, supreme.
Your decrees, Adonai, never fail. Holiness befits your house for eternity. Adonai liyorech yamim.
Mourner's Kaddish completes Kabbalat Shabbat.
Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah.
Amen.
V'olma divrach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei v'chayichon v'yomechon v'chayei d'chol Beit Yisrael v'agala v'zman kariv yimru.
Amen.
Yehi
Shmei Rabbam Vorach Liolam Lomei Omaya.
Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal Shemei Kudisha
Brichu.
Le'ela min kol mirachata v'shirata v'shbechata v'nechemata v'amiran v'alma v'himru.
Amen.
Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'himru.
Amen.
Amen. Oseh shalom v'ramav v'yasa shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'himru.
Amen. And while Zev is walking back to, actually, he's not going to walk back. He's going to stay right where he is. We're going to turn to page 28 for the beginning of Arvit with the Baruch Hu.
Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMivorach.
Baruch Adonai Amvorach Leolam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai HaMivorach Leolam Va'ed.
There are 2 blessings before the Shema. The first one is all about the physical universe. Let's take a look at it. Let's just read the regular English here. Praised are you, Adonai, our God, who rules the universe, your word bringing the evening dusk. You opened with wisdom the gates of dawn, designed the day with wondrous skills, set out the succession of seasons, and arranged the stars in the sky according to your will. Adonai Tzvaot, you create day and night, rolling light away from darkness and darkness away from light. Eternal God, your sovereignty shall forever embrace us. Praised are you, Adonai, for each evening's dusk.
Mavil mumehivi laila, mavil binu muvi laila, Adonai tzvaot shema. Elochai v'kayam tamid imloch aleinu leolam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai,
Baruch Hu v'luk shemo.
Amari v'ravim.
Amen. And on page 29, the second blessing, all about how God loved us so much, He gave us the Torah.
Ahavat olam beit Yisrael amcha avda Torah u'mitzvot chukim u'mishpatim otanu limadita Akin Adonai Eloheinu b'shachveinu uv'kumeinu nasiach b'chukecha v'nismach b'divrei Toratecha u'b'mitzvotecha le'olam va'ed ki hem chayinu v'yarech v'arech yameinu u'vahem negeh yomam v'layla v'yavadcha tasir mimenu le'olamim baruch atah Adonai
Baruch Shemo.
ohev amo Yisrael.
Amen. Page 30.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad V'yachahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavecha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol meodecha v'hayu advarim ha'ile asher anochi mitzavecha hayom alevavecha v'shinatam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'zivdecha b'vitecha v'lechnecha b'derech v'shachmecha v'kumecha v'kishartam l'odayadecha v'yedodavot b'neinecha v'chedavdam amzuzot b'techa v'visharecha.
And the next two paragraphs, just loud enough so you can hear it yourself. Jesus.
Adonai Elohechem Emet.
Page 32, we continue to ourselves.
Malchut b'ratzon giblu aleihem Moshe v'nei Yisrael Lechanu shira b'simcha rabba v'amru kulam Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai Mi chamocha v'edai b'kodesh Noradi lo nosei v'eleh Malchut chavra uvanecha b'keyam livnei Moshe Zeilianu v'yamreu Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed V'nemar kivad Adonai Yaakov V'galo mer chazak mimenu Baruch atah Adonai Ga Yisrael.
Amen. On page 33, a second blessing after the Shema, Hashkivenu. The one we say at night, and there's a different one during the week than Friday night. But let's read underneath the line on the left side responsively, shall we? Protect us with your gift of peace by helping us to overcome temptation.
When we are weak, sustain us. When we despair, open our hearts to joy.
Shelter us in your embrace of peace when we are caught by conflict or desire.
When we are torn, heal us. When we are tormented, touch us with tranquility.
Cherish our fragmented lives. Make our lives whole again through integrity.
When we deceive, turn us to you. When we corrupt, capture our hearts anew.
Protect us from ourselves. When we falter, help us to conquer the enemy within.
When we blunder, restore us with compassion. Teach us that peace is based on your truth. Ufros aleinu sugat, sugat, shilomecha, ufros aleinu sugat, sugat, shilomecha, Baruch Adonai, Haparezu Shalom Aleinu v'Kol Amo Yisrael v'Yerushalayim.
Amen. And if it's comfortable, we rise. Page 34, we stay standing for Vishamru, the Chatzi Kaddish that leads into the Amidah, and the Amidah itself that follows. It's a regular Friday night Amidah. There are a few little things that you want to look out for, where it says, like, on Shabbat Tshuva, because we're in between Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. Other than that, it's pretty much the same. And it's a silent Amidah. That means that you can add whatever's in your heart to whatever's on the page.
V'shamiru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asod et ha-Shabbat, v'dorot amrit olam, be'eni u'vei b'nei Yisrael oti, le'olam ki shesh adamim, asa Adonai, et ha-shamayim bi'ad haaretz, u'vayom ha-shvi, Shabbat v'yi nafar. Yirgadah, Yirgadah, Shemei Rabbah.
Amen.
V'yomad yivrach yerudei, v'yamelech malchutei, v'chayecha v'yamecha, v'chayedecha beit Yisrael, Bagala, Bagala, v'vizmar kari v'imrel.
Amen.
Yishmei Rabbah mivorach, v'yolam olam me'almaya, Yidbarach, Yidbarach v'ishtabach, V'idbar v'idma v'idnase v'idhadar v'idale v'idalal, Shemei dekudeshah,
Brechu.
v'hila, u'lehila mikol birachata v'shirata, Tushbechata v'nechemata, Ta'amiram b'yoma v'imrel. Amen.
Pages 35 to 38.
While Rabbi is going to get some wine so I can make kiddush at the conclusion of the service, you can join me if you like on page 38, top of the page, and we can actually sing these first two paragraphs. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki atahu melech adon lechol hashalom. Ki atahu melech adon lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. V'tov b'necha livarech et amcha Yisrael b'chol edu v'chol shah b'shlomecha. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. B'sefer Chaim b'racha v'shalom u'varnasa tova nizachev v'nigativ lefanecha anachnu v'chol amcha beit Yisrael l'chaim tovim u'lishalom u'lishalom. And now we'll continue on page 47 for Shabbat. Vayachulu. Vayachulu hashamayim v'haaretz v'chol zivam. Vayachal Elohim bayom hashvi milachto asher asa. Vayishabot bayom hashvi mikol milachto asher asa. Vayivarech Elohim et yom hashvi Vaygadeh Shadav Kivo Shabbat Mikol Melachto Kivo Shabbat Mikol Melachto Asher bara Asher bara Asher bara Elohim la'asot.
And if you stood up for that, you can sit down.
Baruch Atah Adonai
Baruch Shemo
Eloheinu Elohei Avotinu Elohei Abraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel Elohei Leah Ha'el HaGadol HaGibor v'Hanora Eliyahu Kol Bnei Shamayim Ba'aretz Magen Avot B'Divaro Mechayim Edim B'Ma'amaro Magen Avot B'Divaro Mechayim Edim B'Ma'amaro HaMelech HaKadosh She'en Kamohu She'en Kamohu HaMiniach Le'amo B'Yom Shabbat Kodsho B'Yom Shabbat Kodsho Shabbat Kodsho Magen Avot B'Divaro Mechayim Edim B'Ma'amaro Magen Avot B'Divaro Mechayim Edim B'Ma'amaro Kivam V'Ratzah Kivam Ratzah Laniach Lahem Lefanav Na'avod Lefanav Na'avod B'Yiravacha V'Nodel Elishemo V'Nodel Ishvavacha Oyom Damid V'Nodel Ishvavacha Oyom Damid Megin B'Racha V'Nodel Ishvavacha Oyom Damid Megin B'Rachot Magin Avot B'Divaro Mechayim Edim B'Ma'amaro Magin Avot B'Divaro Mechayim Edim B'Ma'amaro El HaHoda'ot Adonai Shalom מקדיש השבת, ומברך שביעי, ומניח בקדושה לים, מדושני עונג, זכר למעשה וראשית, מגן אבות בדברו, וחיים מתים במאמרו, מגן אבות בדברו, וחיים מתים במאמרו.
Page 48.
Elohim v'Elohei Avoteinu, Ritzei v'menuchatinu, Kadishenu b'mitzvotecha, V'din chelkenu b'toratecha, Sabeinu mituvecha, V'samchinu b'shuvatecha, V'daher libeinu, V'ovdecha b'emet, V'hanchilenu, Adonai Eloheinu, B'yahava v'ratzon, Shabbat Kodshecha, V'anochu v'Yisrael, B'kadesh Shemecha, Baruch Atah Adonai, B'kadesh HaShabbat.
And we conclude this part of the service with Kaddish Shalem, the rest of page 48.
Yitgadol v'yitgada shmei rahava,
Amen.
Be'almadi v'rachirutei v'yamlich malchutei, V'chayichonu v'yomechan, V'chayidecha beit Yisrael, Ba'agala v'zman gari v'yimerel.
Amen.
Yehi shmei rabba mevarach, Li'olam al'olmei olmaya, Yidbarach, 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 V'yishabach, V'yidbar, V'yitamah, V'yit, Nazi, V'yitadar, V'yidaleh, V'yidalo, Shemei Gudeshah,
Brechu.
V'yehila u'leila, Mikol birachada v'shirata, Rishbechada v'nechemata, Da'amiran be'alema v'yimerel.
Amen.
Tidkal b'tzolot al'va'udon nichol Yisrael, Gadam v'hodi v'shmaya v'yimerel.
Amen.
Yesh lamarabah mi'in shemaya, V'chaim aleinu v'yakol Yisrael v'yimerel.
Amen.
Oseh shalom im'umav, V'yaseh shalom aleinu, V'yakol Yisrael v'yimeru. Amen.
And if you weren't standing before, it's a good idea to stand up for Kiddush. Page 49.
So Rabbi Rabbi
L'chaim.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei pri hagafen.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kedushat b'mitzvot avarat zavanu Shabbat kodsho b'yavo v'razon inchilanu zikaru l'masei v'reishit ki l'yom tichil al mikrai kodesh Zecher l'tzion Mitzrayim, Kivanu v'acharta v'adanu kidashta mikol ha'amim v'shabbat kodshecha v'yava u'v'ratzon yidchaltanu Baruch atah Adonai Mikadesh HaShabbat.
Amen. Page 51, Aleinu L'Shabeach.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'Adonako, l'tigdala li'otzeh brishit, shelo asadik ge'arazo, v'lo zamanu mishbechot adama, shelo samcha genugahem, v'gol aleinu gechol amonam, v'anachnu koharim, u'mishtachavim ulmodim, לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסד הארץ, ושם יקרו בשמיים ממעל, שכינה זו, שכינה זו, בגבי מרומים, הוא אלוהינו אינו, דמת מלכנו וזולתו, ככתוב בתורתו, בדעת היום, בהשב הודעה, אל לבבך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים, בשמיים ממעל, ועל הארץ מתחת, אין עוד, אין עוד. ככתוב בתורתך, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא, ביום ההוא, יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו, ושמו, ושמו אחד, ושמו אחד.
Mourner's Kaddish is on page 52. Oh, yeah, we got to do that, right? We're still doing Psalm 27, page 80.
I always like to do this evening.
Oh, I don't know. You want to just do it responsively?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay,
That's nice.
okay.
How about if I take the first verse, you take the second?
Okay, that'll change it up enough.
Yeah, we'll do it responsibly. You know, we're always innovating here at Temple Beth Emet at Cyber Show, you know.
We're ahead of the curve.
Psalm 27, a psalm of David. Adonai is my light and my help. Whom shall I fear? Adonai is the strength of my life. Whom shall I dread?
When evildoers draw near to slander me, when foes threaten, they stumble and fall. Though armies be arrayed against me, I have no fear. Though wars threaten, I remain steadfast in my faith.
One thing I ask of Adonai, for this I yearn, to dwell in the house of Adonai all the days of my life, to behold God's beauty, to pray in God's sanctuary.
Hiding me in his shrine, safe from peril, God will shelter me beyond the reach of disaster and raise my head high above my enemies.
I will bring God offerings with shouts of joy, singing, chanting, praise to Adonai.
Adonai, hear my voice when I call. Be gracious to me and answer. It is you whom I seek, says my heart. It is your presence that I seek, Adonai.
Do not hide from me. Do not reject your servant. You have always been my help. Do not abandon me. Forsake me not, my God of deliverance.
Though my father and my mother leave me, Adonai will care for me.
Teach me your way, Adonai. Guide me on the right path to confound my oppressors.
Do not abandon me to the will of my foes. For false witnesses have risen against me, purveyors of malice and lies.
Yet I have faith that I shall surely see Adonai's goodness in the land of the living. Hope in Adonai. Be strong. Take courage. And hope in Adonai. Kaveh Adonai chazak ve'ametz libecha v'gaveh Adonai.
And now we head back to page 52 for Mourner's Kaddish.
Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah.
Amen.
V'olma divrach irute v'amlich malchute v'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayid v'chol Beit Yisrael b'agalau v'zman kariv v'imru
Amen.
Yehei shemei rabban v'barach le'olam u'le'mei maya Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yithalal Shemei de Kudisha
Brechu.
Le'ela min kol birachata v'shirata Tushbechata v'nechamata Ta'amiran bi'alma v'imru
Amen.
Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya V'chaim aleinu V'al kol Yisrael v'imru
Amen.
Oser shalom b'mromav V'yaser shalom aleinu V'al kol Yisrael v'imru
Amen. we don't really have very many announcements. Tomorrow morning, we'll be here at 9:30, and all the technology works, we'll be right on time. And then Sunday night is Yom Kippur, Kol Nidre at 7 o'clock. And on 9 o'clock Sunday morning, we're here all day.
Yeah.
So have an easy fast if you're fasting. And if the doctor told you to eat something, eat something. If you have medications to take your meds, take them with the water you need. If you need to take a little cracker or whatever, a little bit of bread or something with it, do what the doctor tells you. Anyone else who wants to fast, abi gesund.
Yeah. And for those of you who might not know, we have a lot of your pictures on the chairs for us to look. It's very nice to see.
Yeah.
If you're wondering whether your picture's there, you can call the office or send us your picture and we'll put it up on the chair.
If
We'd
you
love
didn't,
to see you.
yeah, we blew some of them up out of that old picture book, so.
Yes, exactly. So you all look wonderful, don't worry.
You look good,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, exactly.
It's a very Hamish thing.
Yeah. So we're going to finish the service on page 53. Thank you for joining us this evening. Have a good Shabbos. And we'll finish up with Yigdal. Yigdal Elohim Chai ve'yishtabach nimtza v'yein tel metzilto
Echad v'yin yachid
ki yichudo lam begamin sof le'yachduto Elo demudago ve'yein al guvla na'arach elav gedushado Gadmon l'chol davar asher nivra Rishon v'yin reshit l'reshit To'ino adon olam l'chol notzar Yoreh gedulado machudo shefan v'luado nidano Elan sheis gulato v'dim
Farto.
Logam Israel gemoshe navi umabid et munato Torah demet nadan neyamo el Vayad divion eman
Beto.
Yachalifael velo yamir dato Liolamim lezulato Sofer v'yodea sidareinu Mabilis of davar bigad mato Come elid chesed gimi valo Lodin rajara girishato Yishvach leged yamin meshichenu Livdom nechagiget Yeshu Ato mitim Michael Verov chazo Baruch Adonai Hashem Be'elada Meitim Michael Verov chazo Baruch Adonai Hashem Be'elado
Shabbat
Shabbat
Shalom.
Shalom, good Shabbos.
And Gemar Chatima Tova.
That too.